community, neighborhood, leaving a legacy. Those are all very, very important, and they're not going to go away. So that's why we keep owning homes. Where we wanted to have everything around us the way we wanted, to have the schools, to have the amenities, to have all that, it was time to buy. Because we wanted to stay put. We wanted to be in a community, part of that community, and stay put. So we bought. Now there's one thing that's really important when I talked about why people want to buy homes. Understand that your home is more than a market investment. Much, much, much more. A piece of value of your home that you cannot really put a price tag on is, of course, that roof over your head. That is very, very important. But there's another thing, and I talk about this a little bit in the book. Place identity. Organizational psychologists, sociologists, urban planners all know about place identity. What that is we are a reflection of and a part of where we choose to live. We identify with where we choose to live. And that's very, very important. And it plays a big role in where we choose to live and why we want to buy, right? Now, here's one thing, home owning. There's one thing you really don't have any control over, right? The housing market, like I just mentioned. No control, we don't have any control. Let's not kid ourselves, we have control over it. But we do have a lot of control over a couple of very, very important things. I'll start with the economics, which these gentlemen are going to talk about a lot more. You have a lot of control over how much you buy and how that fits with your budget and your plans and your future. You have control over how you buy. Now these days I hope everyone realizes, lock in that rate, okay? Lock in there. I'm just telling you, it's so important. Interest rates, historical lows. We have not seen rates like this for so long. And I say this no matter where I am as a journalist. Now, if you are in a position to buy, there is no reason to wait. Don't wait for rates to go lower. Don't wait for the possible double dip in the market. If you're going to stay put, it's amazing. My dad in the 80s was paying 17%, and he had great credit. That was the average in the 80s. It was between 12% and 17%. Historically, since the Great Depression, any interest rate at 7% or lower, a bargain, a deal. Think about it. It's 30 years or 15 years. It's a long time. So right now is, if you're in the position to do it the right way, a great time to buy. That you have control over. You have great control over that. What kind of mortgage you get, what kind of down payment you put down, how your credit's doing. That, sometimes you gotta work with that, but you can work with it. You have some control over that. And you also have control over the where. Where you buy is very, very important. And I think we know that, especially lifelong New Yorker in this area. Very important is where you buy. Think about it. It's that place identity. It's that neighborhood. It's what's your commute? What is your lifestyle? I'm a big fan of, and you'll see this in the book, and I think that's part of the reason why they asked me here today, of realizing that all financial decisions have a personal cost as well as a financial cost, and personal rewards as well as financial rewards. So thinking about how you want your quality of life to be, and how the decision of buying a home, I believe if it's your primary residence, it should not be solely a market decision. It should be about, I want to be somewhere for a while. I want to be somewhere where I enjoy my surroundings. And that is very, very important. So think about what your lifestyle is, what your needs and wants are, just as much as what a market is going to do, or an area. And pull all that together to make the decision. I think you have control over a lot of things, and I know that what's happened with the recession, a lot of folks feel like there's so much out of your control. But you do have control over how you buy and where you buy. Very, very important. And I will let these gentlemen talk more about the particulars of how you buy. But just keep in mind, your quality of life is so, so important and so vital to consider when you're buying. and stay put. Don't forget about staying put. Very important. Thank you guys. We're going to take questions after.